I think, and another problem with our setup for that is like because it's Phil's computer and he learned the program, he kind of de facto became the person who did all the editing,
Oh yeah.
which
Yeah.
That's true. Like, yeah, like buying the board and then learning the software and putting it all together, man. Like,
like
you know, Phil's got an editing credit on the album for
what,
sure.
what we should have done if I had a time machine is all three of us get the same program, I'll install it, I'll learn it, and then like take turns editing it.
Yeah.
But really,
yeah.
what happened is like it just became Phil has to do everything. Unfortunately, I felt
Yeah,
a
and it
little
kind of
bad about
sucked.
that.
It was
Yeah,
like,
we were like at the mercy of like, you know, your schedule or coming to my place
there
and
was
putting
some-
on the big screen.
there's
and-
some days where it's like, fuck, I really don't feel like doing this, you know?
Yeah,
No,
especially stuff where I was like, hey, or actually at one point, Nick informed us that we had accidentally set them all to stereo, which was bad. I still don't entirely understand why. So Phil had to re-export all the tracks.
For a
which
good
is-
chunk of them. Some of them were magically in mono, I think, from when Colin set up.
When I originally started, when I did the drums, I had edited my own drums, and my
Yeah.
laptop was still working pretty well at that point.
Mhm.
I did it all in mono because I was like, yeah, you want to export the final tracks in mono.
Yeah,
before
so
the
like
mix.
all your drums or most of your drums and like 90% of his bass stuff are mono. And then once we got to guitar, like after the holidays, like is all in stereo. We're like,
Yeah, I
fuck.
think because we were like trying to put the songs together too, and we were like, oh yeah, we're gonna pan it this way. So I'm like, oh, we'll keep the stereo. And I don't know,
Yeah.
it was like,
I'm just stupid. I'm like, stereo, that's gotta be like twice as good as mono.
You would think, right?
Two's better than one.
There you go.
Yeah, so yeah, a lot of that fell on Phil. Phil's a trooper. He deserves that editing credit.
But that's why we edited the music video instead. It's like feels like, yeah, can I like not edit
Yeah,
anything
yeah, we're like,
anymore?
I'm not editing anything
Yeah,
for a
he's
while.
like scarred and for life.
Yeah, yeah.
Unless
so
you got it in one take, they'll not let it.
I had more experience doing video editing, so I did most of that, which is fun.
Yeah, and that's part of the why like the album's called like Three's a Crowd, because even though like the album in some parts sounds bigger than there's just three of us in a room, but we all kind of had our own share and input in like putting this thing together. Like Phil with the editing, John for counting and helping like arrange songs put together. Like I would just come with the songs and then we put it together. And
The
like
counting was tricky too. Like for Liverwurst, it's a very repetitive song.
yeah,
So what we did for Phil's drums is Eric would be taking care of the board and making sure the levels were good. Phil would be playing, and I would essentially be conducting.
and now it's
get-
a fade in.
and
So we're like, okay,
cueing
let's
him.
give you like a certain amount of time so we can have a fade in, but like, okay, when do we actually want to start the song?
Yeah, so I would cue him into each part, and we had like hand signals we came up for whatever they just to like because he's got that click going in his ear, and if you play the same bar like 50 times in a row,
Yeah, you lose track.
yeah, this is what I always tell people, and they're like, well, what does the conductor even do in an orchestra? I'm like, yeah, well, what if you play tuba and you have like 100 bars of nothing, and then you need to remember to play that stupid fucking G, you know? He's
Yeah.
gonna look over, you're like, remember that, you know?
Get fucking ready.
It's more important than you think. It's easy to get distracted when you're sitting there doing nothing, especially like you've heard the song 8,000 times. So you're like, I'm bored.
And it was a really simple drum beat too. It's just like a
Yeah.
boom, ka, boom, ka.
Yeah,